Hi, it's Susan at Seaside Stitches and welcome to my channel. Sorry I missed last week. I've been a bit up and down all week, but I don't need to go into that, and I didn't think I was going to manage tonight, but never mind, forget that. Okay, so welcome to my channel. I really appreciate it. Every view I've had, every subscription, every comment, every thumbs up, it's been amazing. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. And it's Friday sews. So I've had a good win on Sunday. Just a little bit of background, and I've rearranged my sewing space big style, and I did it the week that I missed. I think I did 2 consecutive Friday sews, and then I didn't do the third one. I think that's how it worked. And I'd rearranged my room. I have issues with light. I always have issues with light, whichever room I'm in, and I have to get. So anyway, so I've managed to get that I'm now more in the middle of the room and I can get light from the window. Our window here is quite high up. I don't need to go into all that, but it meant I had to move everything round. But that meant my big table was stuck in the corner, and we've worked with it and left it and wondered about it. And then last week, which I think I don't know if I missed again or whether I've no idea what's going on in my life, but we rearranged it in a completely different way. We've tipped the sofa bed on its end and moved it over there. You don't need to see it, but I'm finding this is a much more workable space. I've got more flow. I've got my little L shape. I will do a video about it at some point, but it's not that important. It's not that knocking is that I usually have a table here and I haven't got one because it's over here now, and my sewing machine is there, and I've had to move something to put the light in. So hope you're keeping up. Anyway, the big win I had was over a year ago, possibly a year and a half, maybe longer than that. I started this shirt, and it was on this is the shirt that it is, or was, or has been hoping to become. And I started it well before I'd started the Camden Pinafore, which I only finished last week, or whenever, at the end of February. And yes, but it has hung around on hangers all over the place, waiting to be finished. Just because other things were more important, I wasn't kind of avoiding doing it. But one of the facts I had that I shared with Cara on So Mad ages and ages ago was that I'd not done any buttonholes on this new machine. Now I call this my new machine, but I got it in 2021 in August because my son and daughter-in-law bought it me for my birthday, and so I call it my new machine. My old machine is up there, but anyway, and it has the automatic button holder, and I'd never got around to using it because I don't normally do things with buttons. I do a lot of knitted garments, and I'd only done buttons with some little overalls, dungarees, for the children's teddy bears at the end of 2020 or something like that. And in fact I might have had it since 20, I don't know, never mind. So I'd never used the buttonhole thing on there, and this started to become, I'm either going to destroy it and cut it up for scraps, or I'm going to try and make it. And last Sunday, I've no idea why, but I sat here with my little L-shaped bit, and I worked out where the buttons should go, and I've got one of those little gadget things, a magic buttonhole spacer. And I did it, and then I actually put the buttonholes in, and then I sewed the buttons on by hand. But I'm really pleased with how it's turned out, which has inspired me now to do the sleeves. And today, my other big win, because I have kept looking at those sleeves and wondering how the heck I do them. The last time I made a shirt blouse, was in 1975 to 1978. I have no idea how I did it. And for my 21st, we were having a big party in a venue, and Alan fancied having a shirt with turn back cuffs, but we'd never seen anybody wanted one, and so I made him one. So whenever I was 21, I can't remember, it's a long time ago, I made him a shirt then. So I know I can make shirts, and I know I can actually attach a sleeve, a cuff to a sleeve, but this was just completely confounding me. Anyway, over the last few days I realised what I'd done, and I've managed to just keep going back onto YouTube, because even though I saw some amazing tutorials, I could not fix them into my head and work out what they actually meant. They weren't complicated, I just couldn't line up my brain with the thinking I needed to transfer it onto a sleeve. But today I have. Now, I wasn't going to jump up, but I am jumping up because I have actually got a cuff on the end of a sleeve. So that hasn't been finished yet. I've got to slip stitch the inside, and I was hoping that I could have had it all fixed together and gone, look what I made. But I didn't get time, and I actually gave up because I was feeling a bit rubbish earlier on. And that doesn't matter really. I just feel like I'm happy to share with you that it's not, the hurdle wasn't there. So it wasn't like I was, oh, I can't do that because I'd have to put buttonholes in. It was just, I hadn't got round to it. And I'm so pleased that I got round to it, and that it was, well, not that difficult, because it wouldn't be, would it? Because when I used to do buttonholes, they weren't by hand, whether because they were on the machine, but they weren't automatically done, and I never had trouble with buttonholes. But anyway, and then the other thing that I have achieved that I didn't quite do as finally finished in February was this. So this is, the eagle-eyed among you will notice what it is, exactly what it is. It is a sagebrush top, and it is a sagebrush top, whoops, come on over. It's a sagebrush top I started in the upcycling challenge that Becky from Notes in a Sewing Room and Karen at So Little Time put a challenge on together for an upcycling of a garment, and I'd bought a skirt for £1 from a shop and hadn't known what I was going to do with it, but it was in this wacky fabric, and when that came up as a challenge I thought I could use that, and I've never been sure about whether I would want a sagebrush top, feel right in a sagebrush top, and this seemed like the really good opportunity, so I sent it off to print. And yes, I'm really quite pleased with it. I don't know that I'd ever make another one, and I won't be putting in a photo of it in this video. I've not looked like anything that needs to be videoed over the last couple of weeks. But anyway, I will put one in somewhere, and I'll put a picture in this video of the skirt that I changed it from. But obviously it didn't make the challenge by some like November, December, January, February, 5 months, so it's only a little bit late, but I'm not entering it into next year's, but I'm pleased I did it. And I don't know if I can turn it around. Yeah, she's got her old t-shirt on the underneath here to pad her out. So that's how I just finished the back with some binding, and there she goes. So that's another finish or another make that's off my list of whatever it is that's on my list. So this is my Frugal frock challenge from 21. So this is the first Frugal challenge that I think they did, and this is what I made for it. It doesn't normally have a jumper underneath, and it's just a bit pulling a bit, I think, but I just love this dress. And the fabric is from Angela. No, it's not. It's from Andrea Beyond the Pink Door, and I first saw the fabric in a new Billy sweater, the long one, by Susie at Threadquarters, and she'd made it, and I want that. And I tried chasing it all around all the fabric shops, and I could not find it. And then one day I just spotted it in the background on the shelves of one of Andrea's lives, and so I got some. And over there somewhere is another one cut out, not this. This is very similar to that pinafore that I've made. I was going to root out the pattern. I'll see if I can get it in a minute. And yes, so it's just a very simple dress. And obviously, as the S887 sleeves and the Harper cardigan cuffs, because this is the first one I did like that, and that's how I found out it would work. Yeah, so in saying that, I'm just saying that there are 2 challenges at the moment that I'm aware of. There's probably many more, but the 2 challenges that I'm aware of are hashtag SoFrugal23, which I'm not part of the official vlogging tour, so there's lots of information about it, but it's run by Sam at Frugalissima and Ruan at the Yorkshire Sew Girl, and I think your entries have to be on Instagram by the 31st of March. So please pop into anyone else's videos for the actual details of it. And the other thing that's running is the Sew Yellow for hashtag Sew Yellow for Endo that Jess at So What If I Sew is running, which I think the entries have to be something in yellow, but they have to be in by the 25th on Instagram. Now I may be wrong about that, so please check that out as well. And what I made for that last time was a very bright yellow Harper cardigan, my long Harper cardigan. I've got several. It doesn't matter. And for last year's challenge I made a black short sleeved Harper cardigan, only because when I got it out of the packet, out of the bag, I realised that I hadn't ordered enough. I'd had it ages and put it away and not realised I'd only got 1.5 meters and I'd wanted to do the long one, and I only had anyway. So I did a black cable knit one, and I also did a pink one that was also only from, I'd bought 2 separate 1/2 meters, and I used some of that to make a kind of patchy scrappy t-shirt top, and what was left of that, or left of each other, I don't know, but there were only 2 separate 1/2 meters, and I made a very short Harper cardigan, not quite cropped but the shortest version. And the pink ponte that I used for that billy that I wore last week or whenever, that is the same piece of ponte that I had then, and I just used the I'm not doing very well, Emma. I just used, for the cuffs I just did the ponte, the pink ponte, and for the band down the front I used the pink ponte. I possibly used pink ponte for around the bottom as well, but I can't remember. Anyway, I hope you're all well and you're all getting in lots of sewing and you're feeling much brighter than I am, really. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, really. I do have some ideas for the challenge, for the frugal from I want to call it Frugal Frocks because that's what it was called when I did it. The So Frugal 23. I do have some ideas. Well, inspired by Michelle around the Christmas time of something she'd made from I can't speak. She'd made from a free pattern. Then I sent for that free pattern then, and it's very likely that I will make one of those. But I have a rule with myself, and I'm making nothing now until after the 16th of March that is not in my immediate plans to make, because I have a deadline on those plans and I'm not sharing what they are. I'm not just being elusive or mysterious, but after that time I'll be able to share with you, and then from then I can be a bit more open about what I plan for the So Frugal, because I'll have decided whether I'm going to make anything or not. So I think this is a bit of another bit of a mad video that I've done for you. Oh, the other thing is I have managed to bind the little tea towel things that I was making and just hanging a couple in the bed in this bedroom to make it more feel like brighter and more like my sewing room. So I have done that. I just put a couple of pictures in. They're not marvellous, but it was just a quick thing to kind of zhuzh it up a bit. So I didn't notice the time when I started, but I think I'm kind of wound myself down now, and I probably wound you up. But so I probably will have to say, this is Susan at Seaside Stitches. I'm so pleased you've been with me for this session, and I just wish you lots of love and lots of luck, and thank you for watching. Bye.